What's going on, guys? Kyle Pursley here, digital marketing consultant, coach, and agency owner. And the thing I want to talk about is what is keeping you from what you want in life. How interesting is that? I know it's very a cliche statement, but it's one of those things where lots of people in this world have no idea where they're going. Okay. Meaning, hold on, let me adjust this real quick. As you guys know, I'm pretty focused when it comes down to processes and systems, and I do some self-reflecting. We talk about, the daily, weekly, monthly tasks you can do. You can go about building momentum and carrying momentum for long periods of time, which was a very popular video. I'm glad you all liked that. But the reality is, guys, I think what needs to be talked about a little bit more of is getting into the meat of the conversation of what is really keeping you from what you want in life. Whether it's life or business, I like to use business analogies because lots of the things that you learn in business carry on into life. So kind of bear with me here. What I went ahead and did this past week while I was on vacation was I did something called a skill stack. All right, guys. So as far as the skill stack goes, what I did was you think about that phone company where they're raising the bar. Look at your phone, and you have your reception. Like there's some bars that are raising up to their stacks are higher and higher and higher, right? So raising the bar, going up and up and up. And what this is going to signify are skills that took you to the next skill, right? So I have students in the VIP coaching program with Douglas James, and we split that program off into kind of three sections, right? So the first section is where you're learning your skill sets, you're understanding the business, and then we take your skill sets and turn your skill sets into a business, which is our section two, and we talk about basically getting all your skill sets together and turning it into a business, right? That requires a different skill set, right? And then you can acquire more and more knowledge and clarity from the coaches on our weekly calls. And so the reason why I kind of bring that up is because I took the time to figure out how much skill sets or what skill sets I had and where am I going and what's keeping me there. So to kind of like give you a good idea, I don't have my notes in front of me, so just kind of bear with me. But when I first started in business, so to speak, I was working in retail sales. From retail sales, I learned about personal training and health coaching. And then from that point, I learned about social media and how I could get some content out there to talk more about what I'm doing. And then from social media, I learned more about marketing and sales. Right, sales and marketing kind of go hand in hand. Whether it was door to door or whether it was posting content on social media, and then creating a clothing brand with the health and fitness coaching side of things, and I made it into basically a community movement, which goes into my second pillar, which is going more into digital marketing specialization, where I learned about Ty Lopez's stuff and Douglas James, obviously, as you guys know. I learned just different skill sets when it came down to not just social media marketing, but also high ticket sales, right? And then from that point, I learned my skill sets, and then I took them into more of scaling, and that's where I learned about managing teams, and that goes also to my next portion too, which is leadership, right? Scaling and leadership. That I kind of learned those two skills simultaneously, but I still make leadership a little bit higher than learning how to scale, because what happened was when you're scaling, you're just pretty much repeating the things you're doing a lot more and faster, right? So simplicity scales, right? Just how I'm making this idea very, very simple of the whole skill stack. And so then I get to this leadership area, and then what I want to do, I don't know what I'm going to do necessarily here in the future, but what's keeping me from where I need to go are a couple of things. And this is me being vulnerable, right? I need to become better at understanding how money works and taking whatever I learn and applying it in the financial sector, right? So as I scale a company, I make money from it. How can I use that money to not just leverage for my lifestyle, but also how can I think 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, right? That goes into retirement planning, tax strategies. There's becoming your own bank with IULs and annuities, right? Like I have a lot of people in my I knew it's an autopilot program. That's why I got into the niche, actually, because I wanted to understand how money worked. And so the next 90 days or so, I wanted to learn more about wealth management and tax strategy and retirement planning and things like that. It's one thing I found out that's keeping me from where I'm wanting to go. The second thing is mindset. How can I take my mindset and elevate myself to the next level, making next level business decisions, being a better father, being a better husband, being a better CEO, and things like that. So the next 90 days, I'll probably be focusing a lot on mindset and financial strategies, right? And as I grow, my team can grow, resulting in growth. And so if I want to make more money, or if I'm looking to take my skills to the next level, what I need to do is skill up my mindset and financial planning strategies. And then from that point, I'll get what I want. It's pretty simple, right? Once you have clarity on, where you're at and where you want to go, it's the simple fact of how can I get there, right? And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. It's going to help if you can do yourself a favor and kind of document your life real quick on a notebook, piece of paper, and seeing like, okay, what are your skill sets and what skill set took you to the next skill set, to the next skill set, and the next skill set. And then ask yourself, what do you need to do in order to take yourself to the next level, right? We call it skilling up. That is also called a skill stack. Alex Hormozi definitely talks about that a little bit more. But I think the biggest takeaway here is clarity. If you take some time to gain some clarity on where you're at and where you want to go, it's going to be very, very helpful for you. Here's a simple thing too in business. Let's say you generate a ton of leads, right? And then you ask yourself, well, how come I'm not getting appointments? Well, it's probably because you're not calling the leads and setting appointments, right? So if you're familiar with that process, chances are you need to look into your own self and your skill sets and your mindset and kind of see where are you at versus where you want to go, what's keeping you there, right? Continuing on that loop as you go through this entrepreneurial journey and this journey we call life, right? So long story short, guys, I don't have it all together, but at the same time, I can find a way to get things together through clarity and planning, and then learning, adapting, executing, and overcoming. So I think that's all I pretty much want to get across today. And if you are looking to potentially scale your online company, I'm going to go ahead and put a link here to show you how we are doing it with not just Annuities and Autopilot, but other businesses I've been a part of, and also other businesses that I'm coaching as well. So learn, adapt, execute, overcome. Be sure to check out the link. Don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to giving you more content. If you have other ideas of which you want me to discuss, please do so in the comments. Thank you so much. Bye.